Hey everybody, welcome back to Chippa in the third person, my daily or sometimes twice daily, not on the weekends, because why would I work on an unworking day, video log. How's everybody doing? Just dropped my daughter off at school, and it's so cute. All of her friends were coming up and giving me a high five when I was leaving. They all just love her so much, and it makes me so damn happy that she's ended up somewhere, especially in the public school system, that's so wonderful. They treat her great, and we're so proud of our little girl. She's about to finish her first year of school at 3.5 years old. It's kind of, well, almost here. She started it 2.9 years, so it's really cool. So with that, what have I been doing? I finished The Hateful Eight. And I watched the Netflix version. I know that it's been added and broken up into chapters, I think, which is different than the actual film. I don't know how it differs because I didn't see it in theaters or hadn't seen it till now. But, first of all, standard stellar cast of characters, score, the look, the feel, and everything is pure Quentin Tarantino, and I really dig the way the movie has the unknowns of all the characters kind of all being thrown in to a situation together where no one is being upfront. I'd like to watch it again and really try to decide if either of the two guys left at the end of the movie were ever being truthful about who they actually were. It's a cool type of situation where all of these people that seamlessly don't know each other end up knowing each other, and I really dug it as a movie. I will say that everybody's concerns about the overdone amount of brutalization of women, particularly Jennifer Jason Leigh's character, is definitely really over the top in this. It serves the characters. I mean, it makes sense that these people would act this way. It's just, it's very over the top. The use of, vulgarity in language is definitely at an all-time high for Tarantino. He loves that kind of stuff. The overuse of racial slurs that bothered a lot of people is definitely on full display. I'd like to say, similar to Django Unchained, it takes place in an era where that would make sense, but it's still a little bit, okay, did that one sentence really have to have that word repeated 3 times in it? But again, there's a great cast of actors, all at their A game. Some things, and again, I don't know if this is different than the Netflix version to the theatrical version, but there's a flashback sequence to kind of give you an idea of what's going on that ends up being narrated, and nothing else in the movie is narrated, so it seemed really off to me. Kind of like when a movie has a character narrating a scene they weren't there for, so why am I hearing this narration? They wouldn't have known what was going on, and it stuck out like a sore thumb to me. Maybe I'm being overly picky. I don't like being this way about movies, so maybe it's just me. But it really stuck out, and, let me know in the comments if you guys feel different. But I do like where everything is left off. For those of you who haven't seen the movie, it takes place immediately after the Civil War, so obviously tensions are still high, as they're not still high from the end of that war today. Thought we were past that, but never mind. And a stagecoach carrying a character played by Kurt Russell. Yeah, Kurt Russell. He's got Jennifer Jason Leigh. He's a bounty hunter, and he's bringing her into this town, Red Rock. But on the way to Red Rock, they encounter a blizzard and have to stop at a place named Miss Minnie's Haberdashery. and they end up encountering a cast of characters. Samuel L. Jackson's General Marquis, who obviously is an African American gentleman at the end of the Civil War, so he's treated well by everyone. But he's, it turns out, has earned a name for himself as basically, doesn't matter during the war or after the war, he's just running around killing white guys. And that's his thing. You know, there's a bounty on his head, they're sending people after him, and he's taking them out one by one. He's running around with a letter from Abraham Lincoln. That's kind of his way. He kind of gets at least respected by the white gentleman in the movie, but there's some truths and untruths to that are revealed throughout. They then pick up a very racist Southern gentleman who was in the Confederate Army, and he says that he is going to be the new sheriff of Red Rock, and he's on his way, so he gets his way onto the stagecoach as well. We get to Miss Minnie's haberdashery. Miss Minnie and her husband, Sweet Dave, aren't there. There's three other gentlemen. This is where the Hateful Eight comes in. Three other gentlemen in there that are seamlessly not connected. This guy, Senor Bob, who's running the haberdashery, supposedly, which bothers Samuel L. Jackson's character, but doesn't let on at the beginning exactly how it bothers him. That's kind of revealed later. But basically, these people aren't who they say they are. All kinds of great scenes of dialogue and mistrust and things move around through the room as they are waiting for the storm to let go, and then all hell breaks loose with some of the most over-the-top and still gut-wrenchingly brutal gore effects work I've seen K&B do in a long time. He always gets them at their A game. And, you know, bullet holes don't just make a hole, heads explode, arms are lopped off. It's a spectacle to behold. But I will say that and I know it's called the Hateful Eight, so maybe that's where it comes in, but there's a bit. Tarantino's movies are always a lot of fun. Like, even the hard subject matter of Django Unchained, or the, you know, kind of harder side things of the Inglourious Bastards, there always ends up being a fun to them. This movie isn't so fun. The dialogue is fun, but there's a nastiness, there's a cynicism, and I know a lot of that comes from Tarantino's script getting leaked. He went around and had the actors that ended up being in the movie live read it, and then he ended up making the movie almost out of spite. So I almost feel like he's angry at, like, you for getting to see this, and I think that comes out in the movie. It definitely has I'm going to end this without resolving stuff, with more of a joke kind of thing. That's usually less his bag, if you will. It's the closest thematically to Reservoir Dogs. Reservoir Dogs is a nasty little movie too, but again, the characters are fun. But I don't know, I feel myself lacking a little bit and feeling a little like some of the... And I don't want to call Quentin Tarantino racist or, you know, hater of women or anything like that, but some of those things in the movie just hit a little harder and a little more real, that feel less like they're serving the story and more like there's just a really angry guy trying to get this stuff into the script. And for that, you know, I'd say The Hateful Eight is a good, 7 out of 10 for me. I dig it. It's not his best movie, but I dig it. It's a lot of fun at times, really nasty at other times. Really looking forward to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because of that. So next on my thoughts for the day, as we close out, if you didn't see, Brendan Foley and the people at Synapse do a thing called 2 Cents, which is a movie book club kind of thing. And the last movie they did was The Perfection. I talked about it on here, but I ended up writing something up for it, and they ran it in their column. They have picked the next movie is a film called Tokyo Mighty Guy, which I have never heard of before. I'm halfway through it. It is bizarre, and I'm really enjoying it. And I can't wait to write up a little thing for them tonight and hopefully they'll run that as well. So until next time, this has been the Chippa. I'll see you guys on the other side.